Who did it this time? Coming at you with another episode, another installment to the series of reality clips. And on this specific episode, we are going to highlight and italicize the American Negro. You know, the real niggas. The niggas who wake up every morning and look in the mirror and glad to have that melanated skin. I get that. The ones who, whether we talking about the darkest of dark, almost Sudanese, to the ones that can almost pass for a Caucasian man, or some of my brothers from the boot, almost look Italian. You got the Becky with the good hair, you got the curly hair. So I'm talking to the American Negro. You know, the ones who claim gang, whether you talking Bloods, Crips, Vice Lords, Gangster Disciples, Pyru, and all other little semi-bosses and underscores and and affiliates. Why is Judah so late to class, man? Now, for some of you all who are novice to the Holy Scriptures, that being the Holy Bible, any other translation, King James, the Men version, there's a Masonic version, there is a NIV version. Y'all get my drift. I understand that this Bible has been very corrupted and very corrupt and manipulated, polluted, dare I say, ostracized. But we talking about the word now. The line of Judah, through studying, praying, and spiritually asking for guidance on this one, I understand that our people, a good percentage of us believe we are the people of the book. Some of us believe that we come from other tribes, that being Levi, the Haitians, Benjamin, the Jamaicans. Some of our brothers are part of Issachar and Simeon. I get that. Gad, Zebulon. The list goes on. There's 12. But then there's good old Judah. And a lot of our people, I'm talking to the reserve table at the moment, a lot of black people, so-called black people, the real niggas, Negroes, love to walk around saying how divine they are, special they are, unique. No one moves like us. And I can't argue that. No one hoops like us. No one plays ball like us. No one thinks like us. In a way, we sound like that fictional character Gaston off of Beauty and the Beast. No one does this like us. We're the best at everything, sprinting and boxing, especially when it comes to athletics. But we can even take it to other things such as the spelling bees, the math games, history. All through ancient times up till now, we are a awkward people. We are special in a lot of ways, except for when it comes to this subject. Why is Judah so late? Class been started, Negro. We are still asking the so-called Jew to give us 40 acres and a mule. Give us another check. Tell us our history. Tell us how special we are. Tell us how beautiful our babies are. Tell us what we should be thinking. Tell us who we should judge. Tell us who we should vote in. Tell us what holiday we should celebrate. Or worse, we're looking to other cultures now. We're looking to the Shivites. Nothing against the Indian. But we're looking to him for knowledge and peace and tranquility. We're looking for Buddha, who is an Asian. We're looking for him to save us and give us an outlook. Nothing against Mr. Gandhi, but all against him. Gandhi was not me. He can't relate to me. Did he say some good things that I could jot down on paper? Most definitely. You could even use your enemy to your advantage point. But right now I'm talking to the so-called Negro. Why you so late to class, man? Instead of them giving us detention slips that could be pink or yellow, or ISS, or a Saturday detention, you niggas just keep accepting his baseless information. Class started 200 years ago, for some of us 400 years ago, and you still asking the same questions? Why don't he love you? Why can't we all just get along? And please do not take this information and misuse it or misquote me, Whodidit. I am not race baiting. This is not a race bait. This is not hate speech. This is a specific message meant for a specific group of people who I tend to look like, who I can identify with, who I have learned to love, but at times I've accepted to hate. Niggas, why are we so late to class? Nothing against the other tribes. My prayers goes out to the Levites, that being the Haitian brothers, Benjamin, Jamaicans, Zebulon, Simeon, Gad. The list goes on. All of my other brothers who are scattered by neighbors, or who are spiritually in my family, the brothers from the boot, that being the Italians, the Filipino brothers, some of our Moabite brothers that are out in Asia who believe in this holy word that the Mashiach told us that after a while your pigmentation won't matter. But right now I'm talking to you, nigga. You still asking your woman, your senators, your community activists, your churches, your Cub Scout leaders, you still looking for him to master your situation? But you also say you're God? That is not my religion and that is not my way of life, but I'm talking to them. You're one with the universe and the multiverse. You're all of these unique, special X-Men Force type niggas and still looking for them for the answer. So what's that make them if you're God? Supposedly, allegedly, I think. Look at me sounding like my man Kwame Brown, and that is not my intentions. Yo, if you God, then why you keep asking for the little God for all of the advice? Why are you looking for his validation? This is a reality clip. Why is Judah always late to class, man? I'm talking to the sisters, but right now I'm talking to the men. Specifically, the so-called line of Judah. You a lion, right? Why are you so late to class? And please, again, don't make this out to be Whodidit trying to be holier than thou. Guess what? I've been late to a couple classes in my day. I could blame my parents for not teaching me all of the things that maybe I should have taught, but they did the best they can. I grew up in the late 90s and early 2000s. But after I left my father's home and went to New York and Delaware and West Virginia and all these other scattered crazy lands in this freaking studded out soil that we live on called America, I cannot keep asking my father to teach me. You better teach yourself. I can't blame him. I can't blame my mother or my late grandmother, my late grandfathers, plural. Can't blame them, man. Why you so late to class, dog? It started 200 years ago, 400 years ago. And nigga, you still asking the same questions? I mean this with all due respect. Are you retarded? Has your brain not developed? You still looking for Kirk Franklin to save you? No disrespect. Other YouTube content creators, you looking for us to save you? Liberate you? Some of us are just warners. We're watchmen. We tell you what's coming, we tell you what's going, and we tell you what's ahead. Some of us do have prophetic gifts from the Most High, and that is it. All praises to the Most High for that. But homie, I cannot save you. Nor am I trying to be your leader, your president. None of that. We can all be kings and queens in our castles, on our property. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, mentally. Yo, man, you have a lot of fences that need work and locked up. But my nigga, why you so late to class with this? Why is Judah so always late to class? I ain't talking to Ishkar. I ain't talking to the so-called white man. I'm not talking to the Romans. I'm not talking to our Native American brothers, which a lot of us are. I'm not talking to any other group of people except for the real niggas. You so real that you still asking for validation. You don't need God because you're God, right? That's what you told me. You're God. You're the big G. We can all be gods. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, why ain't Joe Biden doing this for us? And the Shivite, that's the vice president. You looking for her validation. Even though her father is from the tribe of Benjamin, she disses Jamaicans. All of my Jamaican brothers out there, I do apologize. Yes, our vice president, Miss Harris, her father is a Jamaican. But if you look more into that, there's some scrutiny and he's not too proud of her. He's damn near ashamed. But that's another video for another time. And I know y'all probably listening to this like, is this a rant or is this supposed to be a lesson? It's a lesson, but if you're looking at it as a rant, once again, why are you so late to class? If you don't follow this demographic of people, if this doesn't apply to you, then you probably should either thumbs down, and that's cool, or just don't watch the rest of it. I'm talking to the so-called line of Judah, the so-called Judah, the so-called Negro, who's been here for all these centuries, all this civil rights, all this wokeness, and you still don't know the answer? You still don't have an answer key. Man, you dissed the Bible, but what's your answer? What is your answer key, man? What is in the word box? What's in the word bank, homie? What is the vocabulary words that I'm supposed to be studying? What is the so-called equations? And I ain't talking no Mason crap, because some of y'all follow that too much. You studying all these Masonic codes though. You got all the answers to go along, get along, and you know who the right person is. You pledged to the right nigga or Negroes or women. You did all these things and you still asking him for validation. And this is not a knock on anybody who is of the white race. But I'm talking solely to that reserved table right now. This is a reality clip for your behind. Hey Judah, hey so-called Negro. Why you so late to class, man? This is your man who did it. And I'm out. Peace.